All right, this morning for Free Yourself, we have Edree Ahmad with us. He has the most common New Year's resolution, I think, to quit smoking.
Right. Okay.
And joining us from the National Cancer Society of Malaysia is Dr. Murali Taran Munisami as well. Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Okay, let's speak to Edree first and foremost. Like, tell us a little bit more about yourself, Edree. At what age did you start smoking, and what was the main reason why you picked up a cigarette?
Well, I picked up smoking, I think, at the age of, it's mainly, I think it's common reason is peer pressure. Everybody smoking. You think it's cool. You think it's nice. I picked up when I was in school. I was in a boarding school. It's much more easier to pick up smoking when everybody, your friends are smoking. So yeah, that's the reason. And up until now, it's very, very difficult it becomes a habit now, and it's very difficult to actually.
How many years have that been? Like, how many years since you started?
Well, almost more than 20 years. Yeah.
Okay. But how heavy of a smoker are you now? Like,
Not as bad as previously. It used to be a box a day, but now I think I can go 3 days on a box. So box of 20. So it's not bad. Like I said, I'm trying to stop, but it's not as easy as I think it would be.
At your highest, though, I mean, like at your worst, in a way, how much were you smoking? Does it get worse with stress or something?
Actually, get worse not with stress, is with hanging out with friends.
Still peer pressure.
Yeah, exactly. Surprisingly, when you hang out at Mama and everything, you can burn through. I can burn at my highest 2 box.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
but without realizing it, you realize suddenly, hey, all my cigarettes finished. It's unconsciously. I mean, I just keep picking up stick, light it on, without realizing.
Have you calculated in the 20 years that you've been smoking how much money you have spent on cigarettes on a monthly basis?
Definitely, you can buy a car easily.
But have you ever tried to quit smoking in the past? Like, how did those attempts go?
I did. I made, okay. The best that I did, I stopped smoking for about a month. It felt great, but when you're with friends again, you pick up one stick, and then you pick up your second stick, and then after that, after a week of powering your friends, after that, you buy your own pack of cigarette back.
Was it cold turkey? Did you just at one day just said, I'm gonna quit?
Yeah, but it's challenging when your surrounding, your friends are all smokers as well. So I find it easier if I I keep myself at home, don't go out, see friends, then it's slightly easier.
So how about during the MCO then?
Well, it's like I said, it's harder, but nowadays you can find ways. I mean, you can just go to the shop and stock up. And the problem is if you stock up. Sad to say, I stock up a lot before this MCO. So yeah, that's a challenge. I tried e-cigarette. I tried vaping. All in all, I find it that it makes it worse because I tend to smoke. I would to smoke the e-cigarette and also the vape more than I smoke a cigarette. So it ends up that I cough a lot. I mean more. So better stick to cigarette. At least now I can, limit it a certain way. Because somehow vaping and e-cigarette, you don't realize how much you intake it. And next thing you know, you'll be coughing, things like that. So yeah, that's my experience of using the alternatives.
But I mean, as logical people, we all know that there are no benefits to smoking.
Yeah.
So why do you still continue to this age? I mean, are you still pressured by your peers? Or it's
Uh,
more of an addiction already?
I don't think it's okay. It might be an addiction, but I think for me it's more habit. You know, uh, I it's a habit when after I eat. It's habit when you hang out with friends, things like that. So it's more like a habit now. Not I really want to smoke. It's just that after eating, what I do, smoke. When you go to the toilet, what you do, smoke. It becomes a habit. It's easier. So the challenging part to stop smoking is actually to stop the habit. Other than that, anything else other than that, I think I can control it. It's only the habit somehow. Yeah. And smoking cigarette, once the habit is in, you craving whenever, because it's something that I did for the last 20 years. Okay, after I eat cigarette. So it's
Mm.
you feel that something is not complete if I don't have that cigarette.
You mentioned that your friends smoke around you as well, right? Does your family as well?
My late dad did, but other than that, no. So my life, I have my life revolves a lot of my friend with my friends. So that's why.
Mm. Okay. But
Yeah.
what do you think will be different this year? Do you think you'll be able to quit smoking once and for all in 2021?
I do hope so. It's been it's been a number of years that my resolution is to stop quit smoking. What I've managed to do, like I said, is to reduce the amount. But yeah, kicking out the habit is still a bit tough.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what do you think is one of the biggest challenges that you face in this journey to quit smoking?
Well, I think one way of it is be antisocial a bit for a while in order to not surround myself with smokers. But uh, yeah, that's a bit difficult because in my work line of work as well, I do meet people and things like that.
Mm.
So part of it is socializing with people, and that's when the challenge is.
Why don't you try and peer pressure your friends to quit smoking with you?
This is hard. This is people. These people are more hardcore smokers than me.
So they're not even planning to quit.
No, they are not even planning to quit. They are the type that said, as long at least I'll smoke until I can't or
Mm.
have money to buy smoke, things like that.
Wow.
But what motivated you to want to quit smoking? If you're already so, not to say addicted, but it's part of your life already.
I think it's being healthy. I think the drive to be more healthy. I think that's one of the main reason as well to quit smoking. Uh, I know how difficult it is. I have some family members who are hardcore smokers, and health wise, their health situation deteriorated badly. And some of I do have friends as well that who has moved on, passed away due to lung cancer and everything. Thus, it's mainly trying to become more healthy. I think that's one of the reasons why I would love to quit smoking.
So it's not like your girlfriend or your partner or someone telling you like, please quit.
No, no. I think if that's the case, they have to accept me for who I am.
Do you have any health conditions that you're worried about right now?
Not really, but I'm asthmatic when I was small. So sometimes it does kicks in. It went away for quite some time, but lately, sometime when I'm not feeling well, then the asthma comes in. So yeah, I think one of the other reason is to make sure that the asthma won't come back.
Mm.
Dealt with that long time ago. So yeah,
Okay.
one for smoking to just bring it back into my life. So I have a sister that has bad asthma. Family members as well. I think relatives I mean, the family is asthmatic. One had very serious asthmatic situation where if up to one of her lungs collapsed. So yeah, that bad.
So they'll be very bad to be exposed to secondhand smoke as well.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So Edree, what's your advice to anyone, maybe especially young people who think that smoking is cool and they want to pick up a cigarette?
Don't start. Don't start at all, because I guess it's once you start, it will take a huge amount of willpower and effort to actually stop. Even if you try socially, it will be dangerous. If you smoke because of stress, because of something to anchor it, then it will make it worse. You can say habit as you smoke. When you depress, you smoke. So it's something that you shouldn't start at all. Find something else. Find some other sin rather than smoking.
Find another sin. I don't think. Let's find other sins.
Less sin rather than smoking.
And don't be pressured by your peers, right?
Yeah.
What they do is what they do. Just don't do it yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Edree. Now let's hear from our expert, Dr. Muralitaran. He is the medical director at the National Cancer Society of Malaysia. Good morning, doctor.
Good morning. How are you guys? Hi, Edree. Good morning. And really, congratulations for wanting to take the first step, sir. I think it's a very, very good thing to do this year.
Yeah. Now, doctor, I'm sure in your line of work, you've met a lot of smokers with the similar stories like Edree's. And I think it's quite clear that smoking does not have any health benefits at all. But please, can you remind us again about what smoking can do to your health?
Okay, so short story, long story. Short story, in today's time and age, it worsens your risk of getting COVID. And when you do get COVID, you actually get a much more severe form of COVID, which is much more likely to get you into ICU or on a ventilator or die. That's the short story. So the long story is, as probably I think Mr. Edree was telling as well, a lot of diseases associated with smoking. So in terms of cancer, we always talk about lung cancer, but there's more than 10 cancers which are actually increased because of smoking. So you smoke and then you have a risk of getting all these cancers as well. And in addition, smoking also drives heart disease, smoking drives strokes, drives hypertension. So all these are like conditions which are associated with very bad results due to smoking. So yeah, in a nutshell, perhaps.
So doctor, what is the first thing someone should do then if they want to quit smoking?
Okay, so of course, I think really I salute Mr. Edree, and then so a couple of things, Lama, because I think one of the kind of assumptions that we all have is that when people who quit smoking, when they quit at quitting smoking, when they give up trying to quit, right? There's always this idea that this first don't have willpower, this one, that one, everything, But I think we also need to be sympathetic. No, I'm not even sympathetic. Understand that there's actually a lot of science and chemistry behind it. Okay, for example, every time you take one puff of a cigarette, right? Every puff, and you one satu batang to that one stick, you will smoke at least what? How many? 50, 60 puffs?
Yeah.
So many.
Yeah, I finish one stick. And this the joke. Every puff, you actually get a release of dopamine. Dopamine is like a
The happy
satiety
hormone.
Yeah, it's like it gives you a lot of sensation of comfort and it's a good feeling lah. Okay, I'm being very careful to not call it a happy hormone.
Right. Okay.
So what happens is, so from one stick you already get so much of biochemical satiety, like comfortableness. So that is a very, very difficult dependency to get rid of. And nicotine is ranked almost within like the range of highly dangerous drugs in terms of its addictiveness. So we can't blame someone when they try to stop smoking and they can't stop. There's a lot of biochemical reactions within them which actually dragging them kicking and screaming to not get them to quit. So that's the kind of first thing. So I think Edree, and I think you guys as well, Bel and JD, both were saying this, that you need a lot of willpower, right? And we do everything based on willpower. So I'll be really honest, sir, I don't think your motivation to quit is strong enough. Meaning you need a stronger reason. This, like, I want to be healthy, right? To be honest, it's the same as all of us, like this year we'll start exercising more, we'll start eating less, it just disappears. So I would advocate that you find a really, really strong reason. I think, was it Bel who was mentioning this now, is your wife or girlfriend forcing you to quit? That sometimes can be a very strong, very concrete reason. So you really need to find the one thing that will motivate you enough for you to want to quit. And you need to hold on to that, because that is the only thing that will keep you hanging on to it. In fact, people say, if it's a person that's the one who's getting you to quit, put a screensaver onto your phone. So every time it's like this person, and that person carries a message like, don't die. So I've got a colleague who managed to quit, and it's his daughter, whose photo is a 3-year-old girl, and she's just holding up a sign which is on his phone saying, "Papa, don't die." So every time he wants to,
Wow.
I'm not going to do this. So yeah, you need one thing. So reach within yourself, like find some reason that will give you that drive to stay off it. Okay, so you need a really strong reason. It could be an uncle, it could be an aunt. I remember you were telling just now that you've got family members who are ill as well. So maybe that can be used. You need one trigger to kind of hold on to the quitting story. Next is, I think I was just listening to what you were saying. So it is very impractical for you to lose all your friends. It's easy for me to say, and then sometimes a lot of well-meaning people give you this advice like, okay, stop going out know, don't spend friends But then, hey, what do you do it's not logical, so it's not doable. So you'll be like, this advice is no use. But I think what you should do is work out a substitute, in the sense that, of course, I would say when you, for example, if it is during football games, that if you're going to watch a match and you're lepak kat mama, and then that's when you're going to smoke the most. If there's a game, there's a Premier League game every weekend, try to join them only every alternative weekend. Reduce your temptation for sure. But I think it's impractical for me to tell you, look, stop having these friends, go and join new friends, in primary school, it's not going to happen. But what you can do is substitute. And substitute, I think we talked about, we often talk about these things, whether you want to chew gum or you can, some people move to drinking coffee, kopi o ke, yang pekat, so there's a taste in your mouth, and that might help as well. Again, it's something that you need to do. You need to figure out what can actually, so experiment, try a few things. Of course, I wouldn't advocate eating as a substitute, just because then, you start getting fat, because really you need a lot to cover the cravings of not wanting to smoke. So that might not work out in the long run. So you stop smoking, but then get obese.
You put on weight.
Yeah, exactly. And then you smoke again because you lose weight. Because right, when you smoke, your weight actually goes down a little bit.
Because it's like an appetite suppressant, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So you need to find something for you to do. So a lot of people advocate chewing gum, and even in terms of gum, you can actually move slowly from gum with nicotine. If you find it that you still have that nicotine craving, you can use gum with nicotine, and then slowly move out to gum without nicotine. I totally agree with, I think, what JD was saying just now. I said you've got no choice in the sense that if you want to quit, please quit cold turkey. This idea of I will kurang from 10 cigarette to 8 cigarette to 6 cigarette, the 6 cigarette to 1 cigarette will never come. It has never come.
All
It will come
right.
just So if you're going to quit cold turkey. That's the and the first about, right, in terms of habit formation is about 21 days. So actually you just need to get past the 21-day window, right? The moment you hit your 22nd day, actually your body would have reconditioned both in terms of behavior and biochemically as well. So you already would have got used to the idea that you will stop reaching really. So all you need to hold on is, now the good thing is I'm giving you a window. You only need to tahan 21 days. And Mr. Edree, you're Muslim, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so the best time to quit actually is during Ramadan.
Yeah.
Okay, because you've got about 30 days in which you're already not going to smoke for very extended periods, long periods. So just a matter of tarik a bit je. Some people belum buka, orang buka kurma, this one buka, we done here. So that's another thing. So if you are going to start to quit smoking, a good time is that is Ramadan lah, if you're Muslim. But otherwise, for anybody else, any time is good, because you just need that 21 days lah. And that 21 days, you just need to get past that 21st day. That's really the how to say breaking point lah. Exactly, the benchmark. Once after that, you will really be able to see the difference. Now, two things that also really helps. One is drinking huge amounts of water, right? The more water you drink, the more it kind of cleanses your mouth. It makes your mouth not miss nicotine. Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know whether it works for missing a kiss or not, but yeah, I missed the kiss of nicotine lah. So that's helpful. The other one is, as I was telling you just now, is to keep your mouth busy at all times. How do you keep your mouth busy at all times? Fruits or vegetables. So things like like apples, and so it's not the like soft fruit, the strawberry, grapes, this thing tak cukup power lah. You need like apple lah, jambu batu lah, that kind of thing, where it's always that mastication process when it keeps on chewing, that really helps kind of unsettle. So probably what you need is at your workplace or at home, you need access to this kind of like chewy fruits. That really helps as well. So again, sometimes people take this the wrong way. They go and get all this jeruk, all this the preserved fruits, and that's helpful. It's just substituting one chemical for the next chemical, And so what's going to happen is this is the story. Okay, like all of us on this weight loss on physical activity smoking, any kind of good behavior, bad behavior thing, you want to change your behavior, it's not going to work immediately, right? You may quit 20 times, okay? And then at the 21st time, you may succeed, right? And that's true of all of us. It's not just to do with smoking. In fact, as I was telling you, smoking is a little bit harder because you've got that kind of biochemical drive to it as well. But the important thing is to get up and say, look, okay, I screwed it up. Okay, let's say you're good for a whole week. Saturday night, you end up. I don't watch the Premier League. Is it on Saturday night?
Yes.
Yeah, it's on Saturday night.
So you go on an EPL night, and then you're watching, and then you reach that first tick. Then you just get out of jail free pass, go and buy your first box, and then you're back on. So what you do is, in terms of this, we always like to call it a cheat day. That's fine. So let's say, what you shouldn't do is in smoking, don't plan for a cheat day. That's very important. So don't okay, I want to smoke, and then I'm going to come Saturday is today. I'll come full everything and go smoke on Saturday. So that's not the way to do it. But what you should be considering is, if you slip, okay, so on a certain day, like for example, sometimes I know some friends are good, sometimes they're really lousy people. They will pressure you so much, so oh, well, why you don't want to smoke? Oh, now you're too good for us. All this will come out, So sometimes you will be forced to take one stick, right? just get up the next morning and like, okay, I screwed it up. I'll start back again. It's day zero. And that's all it needs to be. Don't take that opportunity like, okay, like it's cheat week, I'm going to start, I give up, I cannot quit. So it's going to be an ongoing process, ongoing struggle. Some people with a lot of willpower can do it at the first instance. They quit and then they decide they're never going to go on it again. For the rest of us, and I'm including myself into this category, the rest of us normal humans, we're going to take a while. So the important thing is stay on it, and if it falls out that one night, next day start again, no problem.
Dr. Murali,
So and then
is there
yes, sir.
also like any evidence that, because some of my friends say that the moment they quit smoking, food started tasting better. So they're like, there was one of their motivations, like, I want to taste better food right now. Is there any truth to that?
Yes, sir, for sure, sir. So you just imagine, it's the equivalent of this. You make Maggi goreng, and then after that you slather this whole chili or tomato sauce on top of it. There's no taste of the Maggi goreng at all, right? Similarly, your whole mouth has already got like nicotine or whatever, the substances which already have their own taste, So you're never going to be able to taste anything properly anyway. But it's just that you actually have forgotten how everything else tastes like, because of this consistent like feeling in your mouth. So when you do quit, after about a week or two, you'll notice like, oh my God, like, so yeah, so much better in terms of tastes.
But doctor, like, is it true that regardless of how long you've been smoking, like in Edree's case, 20 over years already, if they quit, will it still be beneficial to their health? Can some health complications be reversed if they quit smoking?
Okay, so two questions on that, and I'll take the first one separately, which is, if I quit today, if I smoke for 30 years, I quit today, do I still get some improvement tomorrow? Yes. Within 24 hours, your body already starts to show a lot of benefits of quitting, right? Short-term benefits, long-term benefits, and after about a couple of months, you actually revert to almost the same kind of risk levels as somebody who has not been smoking for a while. So
Or even if you've smoked for 30 years.
Yes, yes. So you continue to enjoy those benefits, right? And the longer that, of course, the longer that you stay off cigarettes, it's definitely going to further improve risk levels, right? So, but yep. There's every day there's a significant improvement in some kind of body system. Now, at the same time, there's this other thing of, oh, I smoked so long already. If I quit now, something will go wrong with me. Yeah. And then you see a lot of people who actually will tell you, no, I quit for 1 week, and then now I find I got heart pain, I got chest pain, everything. So I restarted smoking. There's always the urban legend one always comes up. It comes up, it's the second ranking after my grandfather smoked for 50 years but never died. It's right up there. But what you'll find is a lot of these people are having actually withdrawal symptoms from nicotine rather than any systemic illness. So yeah, so that really drives them to restart. Not any other like physical or health reasons.
Yeah. Actually, Edree, did you you quit for a month at one point, right? Did you get withdrawals?
I did, but not as, surprisingly not as bad. But after, as like Dr. Murali said, after day 20 or something, after 2 weeks, it gets better. And actually do feel better. Health-wise, I think I do feel better when I was out. When I quit smoking for that 1 month.
Right.
I play futsal, you can last longer. You feel that you're more energetic. Yeah.
All right.
For sure, sir. And I was also going to, if I could just add one more tip, if like the same like your weight loss and all that, right? You need some coach, physical trainer, somebody to torture you, Similarly, it might be beneficial to actually get on to a quit smoking clinic. You can go to the government ones, the MKIT program, you can register online. Nothing, because same like, I always call this our cleaning our room syndrome. When we were young, right? If you leave us in university, you remember in university we'll never clean our room. Most of us guys, but you remember when you go back home, your second morning you get up, your mother will come and scream already. So basically, we all need our screaming mothers. So now your mother can't do that for you. Try to get on to a quit smoking clinic or so somebody else will do the cheerleading or the shouting, kind of drag you across the finish line. It always helps to have like a support person or a group or service.
Okay.
And it's free, so go ahead and do it. You can join in and quit.
Oh, that's nice. Now, Dr. Murali, finally, what's your advice to anyone who might be struggling with cigarette addiction or other addictions and finding it hard to quit?
Okay, like probably the main one is, like I said, you need to find the motivation. You need to find that one motivating person or the motivating factor who will continue sustaining sustaining you through that entire quit process. The reason for you to quit needs to be strong, and then you need to hold on to that. And the second one is, like I said, it's going to be an ongoing process, meaning you're going to struggle, you're going to fall. The idea is pick yourself back up and then start again the next morning. The next morning is day zero again, and slowly you'll get through it.
Dr. Murali, if you don't mind me asking, have you ever smoked?
That's unfortunately one of my few vices that I never indulged in. No, never smoked. Unfortunately, never smoked before, so cannot share the experience.
Okay.
I shouldn't say that it's unfortunately.
It's not unfortunate, it's a good thing.
Fortunately,
Yeah.
you've never started.
Also, one more thing, Edree, do you actually do the go to Mamak thing and watch football on the weekends thing?
Yeah, I do.
It might be because of you picked the wrong team to support, maybe.
I guess so. I mean, it wasn't 10 years ago, but now yes.
Yeah.
So I guess you can guess which team is that.
Are you a Man United fan?
Yeah.
Yeah. The stress pushes you to the brink, right?
You are a Man United
I know,
fan.
no,
Now. What you say is
I know.
supporting
Sometimes
the
I
wrong
feel
team.
the stress as well. Sometimes I'm like, whenever I see that, I'm like, I start eating a lot of chocolates and everything. I know exactly how you feel.
Exactly.